with Candy, I think that she's currently in a really bad spot. I hate to say that, but it just seems like the mukbangs are, at this point, really are. And I don't like to say that, but that's what it seems like is happening. And
people that want to, tell me about my health and my situation, and it's like, I know I'm fat. I know I'm fat. I know I'm living on borrowed time. I mean, you're not telling me anything I don't know. I'm not offended by that truth. I'm just offended by the people that just, call me a disgusting pig and,
Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be talking about Candy, or Hungry Fat Chick, here on YouTube. So the last time we talked about Candy, she was struggling with wanting to lose weight while also keep her viewership on her channel. If you're unfamiliar, Candy is a larger individual who does mukbangs and usually gets a good amount of viewers from those types of videos. But a lot of times those mukbangs have to be like Burger King, McDonald's, fast food types of mukbangs. Those are the things that get people to click the videos, and she was struggling with wanting to lose weight while also feeling that she has to continue doing these mukbangs of these unhealthy foods to, continue getting viewers, which would also continue paying her bills. So actually about 4 months ago, Candy kind of decided to put that to the side, and she ended up deleting most of her weight loss videos on her channel and went back to doing the mukbangs where she was focused on, unhealthy fast food type things. And of course, those videos were doing better as well. And so again, just kind of reinforcing that thought of, she feels that she has to do these mukbangs eating quote unquote unhealthy fast food to maintain her viewers, which maintains a way for her to pay for the lifestyle that she lives. So if we look at her page right here, right? So it's kind of back to mainly mukbangs, and as you can see, like the ones that have the quote-unquote unhealthy food, so like 45,000 views on this McDonald's one, we have 50,000 views on Taco Bell. It's just like clearly the ones that are the most unhealthy will usually end up doing better, right? And then if we look at like, homemade spaghetti leftovers, 26,000 views. So these things have become very much so ingrained, I think, in her mind, which I genuinely don't even blame her. I understand, being a content creator, when you see something that does well, it is very hard to not want to continue doing that thing because it almost feels like you're basically leaving money on the table. So today what I wanted to talk about was recently kind of what Candy's been sharing in her videos and how she's been feeling. It's clear that she is definitely going through a lot, and I've had people message me. Rachel, who is my producer, business partner, she put together this video kind of almost highlights of the most recent videos where Candy is just kind of talking from the heart and sharing her thoughts and opinions. And I think that these things are interesting to share, but we've cut it down quite a bit so we don't have to watch 5 hours worth of content. Cut it down into a lot shorter of a period of time, and we'll just kind of go over that, and I'll share how I feel and things that are going on as we're watching that. So this is the video right here, and like I said, there's going to be some context that might be missing. I'll do my best to kind of fill in the gaps, but this first one is from a Taco Bell mukbang that she ended up doing, and she's kind of talking about people being concerned over how she's talking in these mukbangs, because she is very open and candid in these mukbangs most of the time, and so people were kind of concerned, her fans and stuff were concerned with the way that she was speaking and the things that she was saying. And so let's kind of watch this.
I don't know. I'm sorry I worried people. I mean, I probably shouldn't even said anything. I mean, I've been dealing with these things on my own for a while now anyway. And it's not, I mentioned in my community post that I get infections like every month.
So speaking of that community post, this is the community post right here. And it goes on to say, not feeling great tonight, seeing a telehealth doc at 2:15 a.m. and getting an antibiotic tomorrow. I'm not going to get you all a video tomorrow today. I'm sorry, I planned on Taco Bell, but I don't think I can eat. It's always like that when the infection gets me, and I'll be staying in bed until my medicine comes tomorrow. I'm used to this. I seem to get one of these infections nearly every month now. I hope I feel better by Friday. Can get you all a weekend update / mukbang. So these infections that she's getting are apparently in between kind of her skin folds, and they are causing her to have these infections. And again, it's just scary because this was something that she kind of has said that used to happen maybe once a year, just not very frequent, and now it's something that's happening a lot more, which again is affecting her being able to do these mukbangs, which is the thing that's able to pay for her life and be able to live in a house and all of those things.
But not everyone is like bad enough for me to have an antibiotic. So I just kind of deal with it and fight it off myself, which isn't smart by any means. I mean, if someone has something like that, I mean, and you know, sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry. But for me, I've been through this so many times. Ooh, I know what a bad one's like. So I just go ahead and get my oral antibiotics and go on about my day. You know, and if it didn't get any better, I mean, I would try to go to the hospital and save myself or whatever, but at this point, I don't really care. I just don't.
And that's like really sad to hear. And I know people that maybe don't follow her or don't know much about her, like, oh, that's what you get. This is what you deserve. But regardless of what you might think about people, like hearing someone be in that position, right? I can relate to that, right? I've talked about it before. When I was at my heaviest, I just assumed that this was going to be my life. Like I think the reason Candy, I have such a place in my heart for her is because we had very similar, it feels like, growing up in situations, not having much money. And I saw myself as, like, I saw myself at my heaviest at 20, like eventually becoming exactly like Candy is, right? Basically being, you know, almost bedridden, but just like, basically this is how I saw my future. And so I just see it, and it really saddens me because I want Candy to live. You know, I don't want her to just exist. And so it is really hard and sad to see this kind of content and her kind of sharing that sentiment of like, nah, you know, whatever, it is what it is, right?
Borrowed time for a fatty. Not doing a weigh-in today either. My leg is so freaking swollen. It wouldn't be fair. And
so she has been doing putting up content on her second channel, kind of talking about weight loss, and she actually has maintained a 60-pound weight loss for the past few months, basically since she stopped doing the weigh-ins and stuff on her main channel. And so there has been a little bit of progress there, and I want to make sure that that's, you know, people know that.
I've also probably gained a few pounds this week too, because I'm just spiraling out of control. But the diet drink makes it all better, don't it? I'm full of crap. Woo! Taco Bell. Down for the count.
I don't remember the last time I had Taco Bell. I used to eat it all the time. I used to go to Taco Bell after school literally every single day. And then I would try and get people to buy me food because I didn't have any money. And then one time the worker at Taco Bell, because we were kind of friends, because he wasn't that much older than I was, and he was like, bro, you come to Taco Bell to try and get people to buy you food? And then he ended up, like, the people behind me in line, like, kind of started making fun of me. And then later he came out and he gave me, like, a burrito or something. He was like, dude, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to, like, make you feel bad, because he could tell that it hurt my feelings. But yeah, I used to go to Taco Bell after school every single day in high school.
I was talking to my cousin earlier today, and I was telling her that I feel well enough to do a mukbang today. And the last thing I told her, I was like, well, she said good luck. And I was like, thank you. And I gave her a little hearty emoji. And I said, it's not fun anymore, but it pays the bills. So,
and like, that's literally exactly what I've said since the beginning. Since I've been talking about this, is like, that's what I fear for other people. And Candy is like, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, but Candy is the example of like what it can turn into. Is like, you're doing this not because you want to, but because you feel like you have to. And that, like, you, again, I can understand the argument of like, she did this to herself, it's her fault, whatever. Fair enough. Like, if that's how you feel, fair enough. But like, I can understand how I can understand the prison it must feel like to feel that you have to do these types of videos, because if you do anything else, no one's going to watch, and this is how you pay your bills. And I do feel for her. I genuinely do.
Yep. Just eat some crap a couple times a week. And post it and hope it looks good enough for people to click on. That's my life. You know, and I see people debating in comments like all the time. It's like, she deletes all these comments. It's like, y'all think I have, y'all really think I have the energy to do that when I barely have the energy to sit here and stuff my face in front of the camera? I mean, I'll stuff my face, yeah, sure, but, you know, trying to look like a human and look like I'm having a good time is actually very difficult, you know. It's actually very difficult. I mean, the food's tasty. It's fine.
I feel like Taco Bell, like everything kind of tastes the same. It's just packaged in different ways.
I think I would have really liked the pho, but nobody clicks on pho.
So exactly, like literally choosing what you're eating based on how it will do on YouTube is a hell that I hope I am never in.
I'll have that tomorrow. Yeah, lazy, fatty. You know, but when I think about it, it's not so much lazy, it's just I don't have the bandwidth to do much of anything. You know, I just don't. I don't have it in me. You know. And I also released all the people that I blocked. Just out of comment jail, you know. Go crazy, you guys. Just go crazy. Just give it to me. Tell me how freaking grotesque and disgusting and, you know, every other nasty thing you want to tell me. That's just fine with me. I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. That's your truth. You know, people that want to, you know, tell me about my health and my situation, and it's like, I know I'm fat. I know I'm fat. I know I'm living on borrowed time. I mean, you're not telling me anything I don't know. I'm not offended by that truth. You know, I'm just offended by the people that just, you know, call me a disgusting pig and, you know, that's just, you know, just dehumanize me. I'm not even human. I'm just a creature for you to look and laugh at, you know.
Yeah, and I can imagine that kind of just dealing with those comments so often. Eventually, you probably hit like a breaking point to where you do just, I guess, basically disassociate, where you don't even, it just doesn't bother you anymore. I can relate to an extent with like when people will make fun of my loose skin or whatever. I'm just like, it's just... I've heard it so many times now that it's like, I just don't care. You know, I'm like, I have no reaction to it because it's like, I've heard it so much. It's like, I am completely desensitized to that. I think another thing that's happened recently that has made Candy kind of, you know, just more introspective about these situations is she actually had a close friend of hers pass away that used to be in her videos, I believe, and kind of helped her get her start on YouTube. And so this is a post talking about it. So this is from 2 months ago, and it goes to say, Thomas Hungry Hippie passed away on Monday evening. He used to do mukbangs as well, and I think they would do them together at times. Out of respect for Susan and his family, I have kept it to myself until now. I will not be creating a video memorial or commentary about his passing, as I do not want to monetize our grief. As most of you know, I'm no stranger to death, having lost everyone close to me in my early 20s. I've had my fill of funerals and view death as another part of life. We all do it eventually. I'm sad and a bit numb by now, but I know he would want us to carry on and live as best as we can with the time we have left here. The show must go on. I honestly don't even have words to express the emotion of losing someone so important to my life. I met Thomas in 2002, and even though our relationship has evolved over the years, I will always love him as family. Without his influence and teaching, I wouldn't be where I am today. He found me lost and broken with no direction in life whatsoever, and pretty much ready to for the end myself, and he gave me a new life with the tools to eventually become an independent person. I owe him my life. Now he's gone, and I miss my friend Rip Thomas. And then Susan posted a eulogy, but basically kind of just a little bit, kind of finalizing the post. So I think it's clear that experience has hit Candy pretty hard, and understandably so, right? Understandably so.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll be that. Just keep watching. Just keep watching, keep commenting. It's fine. Anyway, so like I said, go crazy. Every comment, good, bad, whatever, it helps my channel engagement.
I mean, that is true. That is true.
Love me, hate me, doesn't matter. I'm just here doing what I do, trying to earn my few dollars so I don't have to live on the street. And I basically know what my body needs, and if one of these infections eventually takes me out, wonderful. Wonderful. So that's that.
I mean, it's I don't know how many more times I have to say it. It's hard to hear that, right?
Oh God, I'm sorry for being such a Debbie Downer. I'm not in a good place right now. I mean, literally in the last 3 months, I've had 5 people die on me. I mean, not on me, they died, but it's just I'm facing my mortality, and there's really not much I can do about it. I don't have the willpower, the wherewithal, any of that to stick to anything right now.
It's just so hard to hear that, because I am someone that does believe that we have what it takes to make a change in our lives, but I also understand and I see the situation that Candy's in, and I know how silly, this is at least my opinion, I know how silly it would be for me to say just eat less and move more to her. Clearly there's so much more going on, and that's the reason I like to share these videos and talk about these things, is because I think people get so caught up in the black and white, eat less, move more. If you're big, it's completely your fault, and there's no other situations that will lead to you being in that position. And while I'm not someone that completely believes that you have no control over, obviously, right? I'm someone that lost a lot of weight and has kept it off. I still think that we can do better as a society to look at these situations and at least have a little bit more empathy and try to understand more. And I think that with that empathy and that understanding will come better solutions and better ways to help people in Candy's position, because I do think that this is really sad. And while I think that, yes, she could probably do some more to make a difference, there could also be more help for her as well. I hope that makes sense.
Now I'm on a path to self-destruction, and I can't even care right now. I just can't. There's not much holding me here, so hoo-wee. I don't know, man. I kind of want to.
So obviously this is a new video, and then she kind of talks about that last video we just watched. She's kind of mentioning that at the start of this one.
Apologize for my last video. I mean, if I would have just finished my food and just signed the hell off, God, just shut up, Candy. You feel all these stupid things, you get your feelings hurt some, and, I should just leave it. Just leave it.
I understand that. I think there's it's a good thing to be open and honest, but especially with the internet, like some things are better. I don't want to say better left not told, but maybe not telling the whole internet, because it just opens you up to a lot of unwanted criticism, probably, right? Maybe that's what this is. I don't know. Hopefully that's not how she feels about this, but it opens you up to a lot of opinions that maybe aren't helpful at all, right?
So it's my bad, you know. Y'all come here to have a good time and enjoy the show and the company, and if the company's miserable and whining and feeling sorry for themselves, you know, that's not a good look. So, you know, I mean, and yeah, I mean, I'm obviously putting on an act for you guys, because, you know, y'all know I'm not in a great place right now, but I gotta do my best. like I said, I gotta do my best here.
So that's like, hearing that is just crazy for me, because it's so, like, I guarantee there are so many people that are in similar positions to her that feel similar, but they just haven't shared it online. Feeling like you have to put on a show for the people watching your content. You have to be this very specific person, because if you're not, people will notice it, or they might not watch the videos. Again, you almost feel like you are, and you are to an extent, like the viewers are your boss and you have to dance, right? And again, I get it. The argument can say you put yourself in this position, you can get yourself out of it, but I can understand feeling trapped in that position.
And I know I can make it all better.
Exactly.
Make it all better. Just lose the weight. Yeah. God, if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it, you know? Everybody'd be doing it. And I know I can. You know, it's just being in the right headspace to do it. And I'm not in that headspace right now, but...
And then again, like I've said so many times, it's hard to lose weight, clearly, but then adding on top of it, having your job basically be tied to you eating food on camera. Like I've always said, I think it's possible to lose weight and be a mukbanger, of course, but it is going to be so much harder, because your identity for so many YouTubers is based on how many people are clicking on your videos, which you could argue whether or not that's healthy. I would say it's definitely not, but again, that's just the reality for a lot of people. And so now, whenever you don't eat the McDonald's, whenever you don't eat the Burger King, the Jollibee, the IHOP, people don't watch the video. And so you feel like you are actively being almost punished for trying to be in a better position and live a healthier life. And I know the logical kind of conclusion that a lot of people might have is, well, then we should like not allow this kind of content on YouTube. But I just don't see YouTube ever completely demonetizing or blocking mukbang content, because, you know, there are plenty of people that do it in a way that isn't, you know, super detrimental to themselves. But again, I don't see YouTube being like, if you're over a certain weight, you're not allowed to make mukbang content. It's a very tricky situation to be in, right? I really don't know what the answer is.
You know, I know TikTok. I mean, I need to like kick myself in the ass. Right now, I'm just kind of treading water. Not drowning at the moment, but I'm treading water. It's like I can barely make eye contact with the camera. I'm like, yeah, I'm overweight. I feel like crap. I'm in pain. But other than that, you know, I don't have any like outside triggers, you know. It's like I'm not even paying close attention to the like comments right now. I mean, I've been going into
that's probably for the best, to be honest.
to the hidden like folder, and it says like hide from whatever. And I've just been like mass approving whatever goes in there. So, you know, y'all are seeing stuff that would have normally just been caught by my filters, and, you know, I can't speak for YouTube's filters. You know, if there's comments being deleted, it's probably YouTube's got something to do with it. I'm trying to put comments back. Because why not? You know, people want to have a discussion about certain things. You know, and more power to them. You know, I'm trying not to be bothered by any of it. But yeah, I just sit here in my apartment and watch my shows and play my video games. Just World of Warcraft right now is pretty much every moment I have in my bedroom that I'm not sleeping, I'm playing World of Warcraft.
This is currently me with the game Helldivers. If you're not playing, you should. I'm just saying. So there's a little bit more to the video, but I mean, I think for the most part, that kind of sums up everything that I wanted to share. With Candy, I think that she's currently in a really bad spot. I hate to say that, but it just seems like the mukbangs are, at this point, really are killing her. And I don't like to say that, but that's what it seems like is happening. And I just really hope that she's able to find help, or able to get to a point where she is able to accept the help maybe that she needs, or she's able to get someone that can help her, you know, because I think that at this point, like, things are getting, you know, scary. And so I wanted to, you know, share this video, and hopefully if you're watching this and you do go over there, I hope that you leave nice comments and kind comments. I don't think that we're at a point where we need to leave any more shameful comments. I just don't think that's going to help at all. Maybe if that makes you feel like a better person, or feel like, oh, wow, I'm so much better than Candy, I mean, by all means, I can't tell you not to, but I just don't see that happening. I don't see that helping. I don't see that really being any sort of positive. This honestly genuinely was very hard for me to make. It was hard for me to watch. But I do think that it's important, and this is a conversation that I know most people aren't going to want to have. I don't even really want to have it, but I do think that it's important. So thank you so much for watching. I do hope that you leave a nice comment for Candy, because I think that's important. But thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.